Welcome learners. A good crop of examples, as large as possible, is indispensable for a thorough understanding of any concept. And when I want to learn something new, I make it my first job to build one. And this is by Paul Helmholtz. As we know, he has written a automethography. In fact, it's a autobiography, but he named it as automethography in um, for this book. I want to be a mathematician. I suggest one should read that. Okay. Now here we are dealing about the limit points and derived set. Let's go for another example for a derived set. Now, if you see the definition of a derived set, uh, it's a set of all the limit points. And if you one sees the definition of a limit point, let us put that again here. Limit point. It says if you have X is a topological space, A is a subset of X. X belongs to X is limit point of A if every neighborhood of X should intersect A or should contain a point of A other than okay. So here it says every neighborhood of X should contain a point of A other than X. But rather than this, we can prove a statement when we are dealing with a basic neighborhood. So it is not necessary to check all the neighborhoods. You just check it for the basic neighborhood. And if every basic neighborhood of X contains a point of A other than X, then we can say that X is the limit point of A. Okay, and that we will take it as a result or theorem. So remember when we defined limit point, we have not used any basic neighborhoods. We have said for any neighborhood, if you take any open set which contains X, that should contain a point of A other than X. But in fact, we can show that for the basic neighborhood. So let us take a basis. Let script B be a basis for topology tau on X, and let A subset of X, and let us take X be a point in X. Then X is limit point of A if and only if every neighborhood of X in B, that means it's a basic neighborhood. So you need not check for all the neighborhoods, for all the open sets. You just check for the basic open sets. There is basic neighborhood contains a point of A, contains a point of A other than X. Okay, let us prove this also. And to prove this, we will use the definition of a limit point given by this definition. Every neighborhood, every open set of containing X should intersect A. And we will show that it holds for the basic neighborhood. And again, if you see here, it's a if and only if statement. It is if and only if statement. Okay, so let's prove both ways. So let first let X be a limit point of A. Let us consider x to be a limit point of A. What we have to show? We have to show that every neighborhood of x in B, that is every basic neighborhood of x, contains a point of A other than x. But it's straightforward. What it means? If x is a limit point of A, this implies every neighborhood of x, every neighborhood of x contains a point of A other than x. Okay, so every neighborhood contains, so obviously if you take a basic neighborhood, it will also contain a point of A other than x, and then we are done with the theorem. So in particular every basic neighborhood of x contains a point of A other than, and we are done with the first part. We assume that x is the limit point of A, and we prove that every neighborhood of x in the basis contains a point of A other than x. Okay, why this is true? Because if you take all the open sets, suppose these are open sets, and then the basic open sets are the subset of all the open sets, and that property holds for whole set. That implies it should particularly hold for the smaller set, and that's the meaning of it. Okay, so we are done with this. Now conversely, suppose every neighborhood of x in the basis B contains a point of A other than x. We assume this, and now we have to show that it is a limit point. That means we have to use this definition, remember. So every neighborhood of x should contain a point of A other than x, and here what we assume that every basic neighborhood contains a point of A other than x. Okay, now to prove this statement, let us take a neighborhood of x. So let us take U. So let U be a neighborhood of x. Okay, now since neighborhood means open set which contains x, so since U is open in x because it's a neighborhood, and this x belongs to U, we use the definition of the open set. So if U is open in x and x belongs to U, that implies there exists a open basic neighborhood which contains x and which contains at U. So this implies there exists a basic neighborhood, say B, contained inside the basis such that x belongs to B which is contained inside U. This is by definition of open set. We have seen what are open set, properties of open set. If you have not seen that, just go to the playlist and go through that video. Right. So I will assume that you know the what are the properties of open sets. Right. Now, since U, by the definition of open set, since U is open and x is in U, there is a B in the basis such that x belongs to B and that B contains inside U. And by hypothesis, let me go for the next page. Here, by hypothesis, what is our hypothesis here? Our hypothesis is, suppose every neighborhood of x in B, So every basic neighborhood contains a point of A other than x. So by hypothesis, there exists a point A, let us take A, contains inside the basic neighborhood difference. You remove the point x from it and you take the intersection of it with A. Okay, so it contains a point of A other than x. So this implies this A is in A belongs to A, and this A belongs to B difference singleton x, right? And this implies A is not equals to x, and B is contained inside U. If you notice here, yeah, B is contained inside U. So as A belongs to B difference x, A is not equals to x. This implies, this also means A belongs to U. Hence, therefore, A belongs to U intersection A. A is in A is in U. A belongs to U intersection A, and A is not equals to x. So if you remove x from it, still it will be there. This implies U intersection A difference singleton x is non-empty, and hence x is the limit point of A. So in order to check the limit point, you need not check for all the open sets, you just check it for the basic open sets. So if it is true for the basic open sets, then the result will be true for all the open sets. Okay. Now when we have seen the interior of a set and closure of a set, we have seen the properties relating to the set. Like if A is a subset of B, then what is the relation between interior of A and interior of B? What is the relation between closure of A and closure of B? Same way we will do it for the derived set. Okay, so let's take these three properties together and then we will prove it. Say let us take a theorem or a result or a proposition. First, we assume X is a topological space and A and B are the subsets of X. Now if A is a subset of B, then derived set of A is a subset of derived set of B. Second one, derived set of A union B sorry, is equals to derived set of A union derived set of B. And third, I will prove only three, and others you can check. Derived set of A intersection B is contained inside, it's not equal now. So again I can give an exercise. You find the topological space, you find the subsets A and B of that space such that this is a proper subset, and such that the other example wherein both are equal, you can just check. And also we can show that this cannot be the subset of this. Okay, so let us prove this one by one. Third property, once you prove first, this will be one part will be simpler and this is straightforward then if you prove the first one. So let us try to prove the first one. What it says, if A is a subset of B, it says then derived set of A is also a subset of derived set of B. Okay, so let us take first. We have to show that let us take let A subset of B. To show that derived set of A is a subset of derived set of B. Now there are two sets. We have to show that one is a subset of two. Other one, you know what is the procedure? You take a point here and show that that point is here. That means the first set is a subset of the second set. So let us take a general point. So let X belongs to derived set of B. We need to show that X belongs to derived set of B. Now X belongs to derived set of A means X is a limit point of A. We have to show that X is a limit point of A. That's all. Okay. This implies X is limit point of A. right? It belongs to derived set of A, means x is a limit point of A. And if x is a limit point of A, then we know that every neighborhood of x implies every neighborhood of x, in fact you can say basic neighborhood also, contains a point of A by definition other than x, because x is the limit point. The A intersection that neighborhood, if you take neighborhood u, then u intersection A difference x will be non-empty. And since this is our hypothesis, we know that A is a subset of B. Now here it says every neighborhood of x contains a point of A other than x, and A is a subset of B. That implies every neighborhood of x contains a point of A, or you can say B other than x, because A is a subset of B, right? So since A is a subset of B, we can say that every neighborhood of x contains a point of B other than x, because A is a subset of B. And if this happens, we know that this implies x is limit point of B. And if x is the limit point B of B, implies x belongs to derived set of B. And what is this x? We have taken this x from the derived set of A, and with arguments we have showed that x belongs to derived set of B. Hence, derived set of A is a subset of derived set of B, and that completes your first part. Right? This completes your first part. That is, A is a subset of B implies derived set of A is a subset of derived set of B. Okay. Third part is also very simple. We can use the first part to show the third part. Let us directly go for third part. I guess I had some issue here, so I will continue with this for the next video. So till then, see.